Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy,
Lavkian.
Lavkian.
I
I said
decided
to,
to, I
listened
listened
back
back
to
to
my
my
VOD
VOD
from
from
yesterday
yesterday
and
and
realized
realized
that
that
my
my
webcam
webcam
mic
mic
actually
is
is not very good, and
I
I
should
should be using this blue
well,
snowball
that
that
I
I
bought
bought
a
a
long
long
time
time
ago
ago
because
because
why
why
pay for a
a
nice
nice
mic
mic
if
if
you're
you're
not
not
going
going
to
to
use
use
it?
it.
So
Things
things
should
should
sound
sound
better
better
now
now
because
because
I
I
am
am
going to
going to
go
go
back
back
to
to
just
just
using
using
the
the
snowball.
snowball.
Hopefully it picks up the
the
fan noise a lot less too.
Um,
One of my friends was texting me about the new Persona remake.
Played a little bit of that.
Put a lot of time into it, but I played a little bit of it. Well, let's go ahead and start setting up here. Alrighty, what is the first replay? We'll start with tier 2 and then we'll do tier 1. We'll do tier 2 first. No, it helps if you actually feel it. Let's see, I need to... There we go. Alright, let's... Alright, boys. Starting in the upper left-hand corner of Invader, presenting you very much, we do have Palkovich Adam. And down here in the right, representing the Uncoachables, we have the Pink Protoss Escalade. Go fix that on the scoreboard. Yeah, so as I mentioned at the start of the broadcast, I went back and listened to yesterday's VOD. Wow. Yes, and with those. Um, I went back and listened to my VOD. I actually really just wanted to hear how bad the fan noise was. Um, wasn't as bad on my end as I thought it would be. Hopefully it's better now, but the actual audio quality is awful. Um, and so I decided to go ahead. I was using my webcam mic out of convenience, but I went ahead and just went back to using mobile. It's a better mic. It sounds a lot better. This cache should sound a lot better. All future cache should sound a lot better. Um, so yeah, here we go. ZVP on Invader. I'm excited. This is tier 2, so obviously these players are better than I am, and so I will be interested to see how these players choose to open up, what strategies they choose to employ. So far, it looks like a pretty standard overpull from Adam Palkovich. And a 2-gate out of Escalade. So Adam will have seen this. So when this pool goes down, are we not gonna expand? Oh, I guess he's just gonna send his drone out a little bit later. Yeah, okay. Wait, hold on. That's interesting. We're getting the lings before putting the hatch down. Huh. I'm a little bit surprised that Adam doesn't just do. I mean, I guess you could have put it here, but I guess on a 2-player map it's harder to hide this. Anyway. Only going for 6 lings here, or 4 lings here at the start. Another set of lings here. We're gonna have a couple of zealots walking across the map here in short order. So ideally you would have... I would be going up to like 10, 12 lings here. Right now, Escalade just using these zealots to wall off the ramp, just sticking on one base for now. We'll have to see when he chooses to move out with these zealots. Gas going down. We are getting a lair, fast lair here for Adam Palkovich. Another 3rd hatch going down at the natural for a little bit of that SimCity. Now Escalade has decided to move out with 4 zealots. And Adam will go ahead and we'll get that ling speed on the way. We'll start hatching out some more lings. We got a creep colony coming down. Some of these lings were a little bit damaged when Escalade moved out, but they've gotten back home. And this is almost done. Probably should have another one of these. Let's see. Okay, where the zealots are going to jump right on top of the sunken colony. Lings are going to fight alongside it. And alrighty, well, one of the zealots does go down. Nothing else is coming across right this second. And okay, these zealots are just going to get surrounded and eaten up. And I mean, he got the colony, and you made a few more Zerglings than you might have otherwise wanted to, but actually, to be fair, this drone count's not great. Fire going down here for Palkovich. as we are still making zealots here. Actually, now we're making goons, and we're going into a Stargate. 7 zealots here for Escalade, just hanging out at the ramp here. We do have a forge, getting that goon range. And Escalade's just going to stay safe for now. Well, now that we've built that zealot count up, Escalade wants to chase these Zerglings away. Maybe wants to put down his Nexus. This pylon does seem to be indicating that these zealots, badly battered and bruised, will still head out across the map to see what is going on at Adam Pokovich's base. We do see making another creep colony, as we don't really have much in the way of defense here now. Some Zerglings coming out of these eggs. We're going to get a couple of Scourge as well to deal with the inevitably incoming Corsair. It looks like, okay, this zealot should go down. Speed is, link speed is done. Now we've got these goons coming across the map, and okay, this is going to get picked off. And, oh, very nice. The initial Scourge here also picking off this Corsair. So, Escalade knows, obviously, that there is a Spire. But does not know much else. So we'll walk forward here. Goon range almost done. And nothing here but Zerglings for Adam Palkovich. We do have this one colony. There is another sunken on the way. And we are going to go ahead and start attacking that. Escalade's going to start, just have his zealots right-click on that. Now we're going to go forward here, and those zealots were looking like they might want to attack the drones, but Sunken Colony made short work of that. Now all the zealots are dead. Nothing but Dragoons left on the map, and Dragoons do not do very well against Zerglings of any kind. Whether they be slow or adrenal or fast or whatever. So these are going to have to retreat. And we do have some Mutalisks on the way. What's going on in Escalade's base? We've got this one cannon here and 2 cannons here. Oh, we got a Corsair out here. We are going to split these Mutalisks up so that the Corsair splash damage doesn't do as much damage, so this Corsair will go down. Nope, actually it's going to retreat home. Adam, don't, yeah, please, don't lose these. Third base going down for Adam Palkovich. Some rallying up to natural. And we'll get that Overlord speed. A few more mutas. Gateway going down here. Nexus going down. +1. Ground attack starting. Adam Palkovich just kind of suiciding his mutas in here to take a lot of damage and kill 1 probe. Not sure exactly what the intent there was. However, I'm fairly certain that these lings could just run past all of this into Escalade space. We do have 3 more mutas joining up with the original 3. And see, this could be... oh, these 2 mutas are going to die immediately to these Corsair. Yeah, how much health? We have 20 health. I'm genuinely surprised. It's unfortunate, because like this could be a pack of 6 healthy muta, and honestly, I think that just crushes this. I actually think that if all these muta were healthy, that this would... Oh, no! I don't know if this was, like, pathing or if these got caught or what just happened. But I'm 94. Thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate it, dude. Tuning in. Extra cannons going down here for Escalade. +1 is almost complete. Templar Archives going down. And now I'm back at Adam Palkovich's base. Have some healthy looking Muta. We got a few Hydralisks out here. Speed is on the way. +1 ranged also on the way. Going up to 4 hatcheries. Getting a nice mixed force here. Ling, Hydra, Muta. Gonna move up here. This is a little bit too much to just attack into. Even though there's... Well, okay, now we do. Now we've got High Templar out. Storm isn't done yet. Legs on the way. Could potentially pick these High Templar off. We do have the Muta in the back here, but now Escalade actually choosing to move out at the worst possible time. Adam Palkovich's army was in position over there to try to get a surround off. And all the Mutas died. I only see one High Templar. So it does appear to me that one of them got sniped, but unfortunately, again, like I said, all the Mutas died. So, not the best choice, I would say. But at least we got one of the splash units. Right now, only one High Templar in production for Escalade, who... Only just now being on 2 base, it's a little bit hard to afford those tech units you might want, going up to 6 gateways. Hydra range almost done, +1 almost done. +1 just finished for Escalade. And Storm is finished as well. So we will have at least 1 Storm available on this High Templar, potentially 2 when the next engage happens. Supply counts here looking pretty equal. Although it's worth noting that they have relatively equal army supplies. Which honestly, if Adam just went like maybe another round of production, I think you kind of just 1A all of this. It's tough to say. There's so many photon cannons. But there's not a lot of Storm. And I like this. Bring some Lings around and come in. Escalade's coming out again when Adam Palkovich's army was just sitting right outside his base. And now we have barely anything here except for these cannons. We do have 1 High Templar here trying to get it targeted down. Adam does manage to target down that High Templar. We've got 2 more coming up here. 1 Storm available, 2 Storms available between these 2 High Templar. And Adam Palkovich has decided to back up. Maybe wants to try to pick off this Corsair that's attacking his Overlords. And abandoning this position. A little bit unfortunate here. I think that Adam really had a chance to maybe do some damage to the photon cannons here at the front. He did have some units in position here to try to flank. Maybe even just run up into the main. Lurkers now, Lurker aspect now done, Lurkers on the way, +1 carapace, +1 armor for both of our players here. Escalade moving forward, claiming the center of the map. You have... Oh, we got a Dark Templar out here, and unfortunately these Overlords are a little bit too far away to be able to see it. Getting some Storms down. Now that we know the Lurkers are out, we got the Observer here. It would be nice. Oh, Adam just... Oh, no, if he could just move up and pick off these Observers or these High Templar, but unfortunately he just eats his Storm. Back at home, we've got Lings and Hydra in production, but these need to get... These are just going to slowly die. Oh, Adam, you can't afford to be giving up these lurkers. Oh, this is so unfortunate. We do have more Hydra coming out here. With a little bit... If we bring these down and target fire down these High Templar, I think we can just completely clean this up. And in fact, this High Templar is going to get one storm off. This one does not have enough energy just yet. And it looks like that is going to get targeted down. Yes, it will. Are there any lurkers left? There is one lurker left over here. Plenty of hatcheries. 4 bases here. Not quite fully saturated yet, but Palkovich is working on it. Making some more lurkers. Although really we need the lurkers down here to deal with these zealots. The zealots considering maybe going for the natural, but then instead come back. They want to make sure they hold on to that high ground. Queen's Nest here for Adam Palkovich. Maybe wants to get into that hive tech. +1 ground, as now we want to start bringing Zerglings back into the mix. Especially once we get that Adrenal, they'll be really, really effective against these Dragoons. Still just 2 base here for Escalade. His main is close to mining out. And it's not going to be very easy for him to claim a third here. We do have these lurkers here. Like I said, just making it not easy. He will clear this out. Some Zerglings going to come down. Oh, these Zerglings are pretty much just going to die. I don't think they're going to trade out at all. And back over here, you have more hatches going down, going up to a total of 9 hatcheries. You have drones being spread out here. Upgrades on the way. That should be +2 carapace? Yeah. We got +1 carapace, or +1 carapace done. I think +1 range should also be done. +2 is done. Okay. Good upgrades here. 1-1 done. 2-2 on the way for Escalade. We're mixing in some Dark Templar, always good. You have Overlords down here, and that's also good. It would be nice to see maybe these units move in over here, as again, we do have very sparse defense. Between the front of the natural and this mineral line here. And again, I mean, okay, we're mined out in the main. We're almost mined out here. And it's... okay. So Escalade is going to start to secure this base. I would really like to see Hive. So Hive is done because we're getting Adrenal. I'd really like to see a Defiler Mounds so that we can claim this high ground and start to attack this base. That's what I'd really like to see here. We do have the force of Adam Palkovich coming in from this side around this way. Trying to potentially come down on this third expansion. Now choosing to back up and come back around towards the natural, where there are a lot less forces over here for Escalade. Adam Palkovich wanting to maybe come down and attack the natural, while everything over here is slowly going to get cleaned up. And now all the reinforcements for Adam Palkovich are coming in. And can we hold these Dragoon all down with the Zerglings so that the Hydralisks can come up? Can we clear all of these forces out for Escalade? And Palkovich is trying, although I don't think there's going to be enough Hydra here, actually. A good storm going down. And again, these Dark Templar just proving to be such a menace when you don't have ample detection nearby. And so now Escalade has managed to push out and gain himself some space and take this fourth base up here. Meanwhile, Adam has taken the space up here. Also, we were stuck on a very low drone count for a very long time. I'm very happy to see that we're up to a proper drone count of 59 here. So now we can really saturate our bases. Of Hydra here, keeping an eye on the left side of the map. Maybe take this base down here, or even honestly should just take all three of these bases, just start soaking up the resources. Even if Protoss were to come through here, I mean, honestly, like, if you take this high ground and this high ground, and you get Defilers, which, by the way, we're going into Ultralisks. I don't know why. But if you get Defilers and you just hold, you put Lurkers up here, Lurker, Hydra, hell, you could even build a damn hatchery, build spore colonies. Escalade's gonna chase out these overlords. Adam Palkovich is going to see the main force up here of Escalade and pounce on this third. Not much here back at home. Unfortunately, this cannon and these few Dragoons are pretty much going to clean everything up. Really not much in the way of worker kills. Not really much in the way of anything done at all here from Adam. And now a Dark Templar is going to come in here and kill Infinity Idle Drones. So this is a little bit unfortunate. There is one Hydra here. There are some Overlords as well. Some fighting going on down here between Escalade and Adam Palkovich, as Adam once again has decided that he wants to pounce on this third. These Lings definitely could potentially get some probe kills here. Now Escalade has moved down to meet Adam's force. I wish these Lings would just come down here to reinforce this, but Adam's decided to come back home, as we do have, again, a very small force here for Escalade coming forward. This High Templar unfortunately storming himself. And now we have a pretty decent sized move out from Adam. His supply matching the Protoss, which I believe should not happen, but that is the situation we find ourselves in right now. And I think this Nexus is about to go down. Adrenal is done. These are 1-2 Adrenalings. Ultralisk Speed is almost done. We do have Ultralisks in production. And this Nexus is just going to get completely eaten up by Cracklings. And all these goons are going to get eaten up. Pretty much all the infrastructure down here is going to get eaten up. And honestly, I don't see a whole lot here for Escalade to use to hold on. Some observers kind of hanging out here, not really doing much. But again, this is where if we had Defilers, like Cracklings, and like 2 Dark Swarms, and this game is over. But it's okay. We got, yeah, look at the 6 Ultras on the way. Speed is done. Carapace is done. We're just gonna 1A Ultra Crackling, and this game is gonna be over pretty soon. I think that's about all she wrote on that one. We're gonna have Escalade trying to poke up here. Escalade's going to try to reclaim this high ground, but while he does so, all of these forces are going to come down through here and attack his natural from that other ramp. Actually, never mind. It looks like Escalade has discovered this base up here. He did send a Dark Templar in there, but there was enough detection to render that not particularly useful. And while all this is happening, here we go. Crackling Ultralisk going to hammer down on this position here, and we do have one Overlord here so that we can see the Dark Templar. They're not going to lock us out of closing out this game. There were a very small handful of units up here, but those are going to get cleaned up. And yeah, Adam Palkovich definitely going to take this game. Going to end here fairly soon. There really is not much left for Escalade to defend with. More Hydra Lurker, or more Ling Ultra in production, and G. Ald. Guys, one. Alright guys, let's get out of this replay. Let's go ahead and stick the scoreboard up. That is a +1 for Adam Palkovich. A nicely played game from him. Let's just go ahead and jump right into as game number 2 on Neo Dark Origin. Once again, in the top left corner, representing Thank You Very Much, it is Adam Palkovich, and in the lower right, representing Thank You Very Much, it Escalade. A 2-gate versus a 3-hatch Spire. On Invader. And now it'll be interesting to see if 2-gate... Hey, what's up, Chris? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll have to see if 2-gate is Escalade's preferred opening on a 2-player map, or if he... It looks like that's what he wants to. He's not setting up for any kind of wall or anything like that. The first pylon here also not going out to scout. Drone Scout coming down here. Pretty early Drone Scout for Adam Palkovich. Maybe wants to check for another 2-gate. I don't know. I'm a little bit surprised to see that scout that early. Normally I would get, so you would get, this would go to mine, this 9th drone would go to mine, and the 10th drone would go to scout, then your 11th drone comes out here to make your hatchery. But Adam deciding that he wants some extra information early on, and we'll see the single solitary gateway for now. Laning of the gas suggests that we're not going to see a 2-gate again this game, but you never know. But could choose to throw one down at any time, or we could just see that forge. The drone has left the base, knows that a zealot is on the way, wants to get back to safety, and it's going to be a cyber core. 1-gate tech. Yeah. That's spicy. Alright, so we're gonna hold the ramp with a zealot. Just like last time, except... Well, except less zealots. Probe is gonna harass this ramp. The Zerglings are away. We're going to take our gas off of 2 hatches. Maybe we, well, we do have a drone in position to take this 3rd hatch here. And 1 second, guys. I apologize. I'm Someone was calling me. I don't know who. I did not up in time. Hopefully they leave a message. Alright, anyway. I got some links down here. A couple zealots holding the ramp. Looking to see what the tech of choice is here for Escalade. Whatever it is, we'll have full vision of it. Oh! We're hiding a citadel down here. If I can... Oh. And here comes another gateway for Escalade. And I'm guessing we're going to hide an archives down here. And yeah. Adam isn't going to see this anytime soon. This Overlord's going to get chased out here. These Flings are going to run back home. One will stay to see if there's any potential move out. Hatchery here. Go down, and we now just need to wait and see what the tech choices are going to be. So there is the Templar Archives. So I'm guessing this is going to be like a rush or something like that. And back at home, no lair, no den. I'm not sure what Adam is going for here. Do have speed, but we're also holding on to a lot of gas. So what are we trying to do with this gas? By the way, Foryuk, thank you for the follow. Super appreciate it. Alright, so it is going to be a Hydralisk Den, and we are having some Dark Templar in production. I cannot tell you how many times I lost my third hatch to a Dark Templar, because I just didn't think to put one over there. It's like you've got units, but your Overlord's never going to get there in time. A little bit of a move out here from Escalade. Use Zealots and a Dragoon. You have creep colonies going down, but they're not going to turn into Sunkens in time. Some Lings in production here, but no Hydras just yet. Now, a little bit of indecision here from Escalade is going to buy time for the Sunken to finish, and considering maybe a back attack or a counter attack here, but instead going to decide to come up and fight are these Lings, and these Zealots are going to jump onto the Sunken colony, but there are too many Lings here to contend with. All the Zealots and all of the Dragoons are going to go down. Where are the... I thought I saw the Dark Templar here. Yes, there is a Dark Templar. It is right here. It is getting into the main. Does have a few kills already. It looks like they are, in fact, all drone kills now. Starting to kill off some of these Zerglings, and we do have Overlords popping out, giving vision momentarily, but the Dark Templar do so many damage, they one-hit the Lings immediately. Now finally going down, but now down to just 12 drones, and there's another Dark Templar here in natural. All the drones did get transferred down here, so that Dark Templar is going to be able to do significantly more damage, and more Dark Templars coming up here. We've got 3 in total with those flowing red capes, just wreaking all kinds of havoc on poor Adam Palkovich's base. And I think this game is unfortunately going to end to Invisible Men, and Adam Palkovich agrees. The Invisible Men were a little bit too strong. We are going to go to game 3. Just like that. Invisible Men are pretty good, guys. They're pretty good. even if you are only on one base and your enemy is on 3, if you've got Invisible Men, sometimes you can just end the game. So now we are going to go to game 3 on Retro. There's an echo?
Why on
what? Why on earth would there be a fucking
echo? That only just started? I have no idea why there'd be an echo.
Oh. Really? Is
Is it still echoing?
Wait, hold on. If I do this, the echo stops? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Let's... I think, hold on. I think I know what's happening.
Oh, that's why. I think that's why. Okay, that should kill the echo. I think that should kill the echo. Okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know that that was happening, Chris. I appreciate it. It was actually a pretty easy fix. Alrighty. Let's see. I updated the scoreboard. Retro. Alright, let's do this. Escalade versus Adam Palkovich game. Oh, right. Alrighty, in the top right corner representing the Uncoachables, it is Escalade. And down here in the bottom left, representing Thank You Very Much, it is Adam Palkovich. Been a pretty interesting series so far. We've seen a variety of openings. Escalade preferring a little bit of aggression, while Adam Palkovich seems to prefer a little more of a macro style. And so now with, you know, in week 8, we start off with these, you know, 2-player maps, which are the Starcraft equivalent of boxing in a phone booth. And now we've got Retro, which is a pretty big map. Not the biggest of 4-player maps, but pretty big. And we've got cross spawns here, so we should get into a pretty decent macro game here. I wouldn't mind seeing a macro game out of these 2 players. Seeing how much they can test each other's multitasking abilities. How much they can test their efficiency. And we are going to see a fast expand here from Escalade for the first time in this series, and it is going to be a Forge fast expand. And it looks like another overpool here for Adam Palkovich. As they scout each other out. Palkovich getting that pool down. We're getting our first photon cannon down. Then I imagine we'll go Nexus Gateway. Escalade coming down for the hatch block. Gonna be pretty annoying. Oh, Probe got the first hit. Although Escalade actually just backs up. I'm kind of surprised that he chose to do that. And it looks like Adam Palkovich maybe just gonna put his hatch down here. This probe had already taken some damage, and oh, here comes the Lings out. Can they just get rid of... Yeah, get rid of this dirty, dirty probe. Do please send these drones back to mine. Please send these drones back. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, okay, we caught it. Thank goodness. Alrighty. This hatch is thrown down. This pylon's going to go away pretty soon, and we'll get our natural hatch down. Nexus and the gateway soon to follow for Escalade. And now for the next few minutes, it's just going to be everybody macroing up. We're going to get some drones out. We'll see what the tech is, maybe getting a lair started here once we get to 100 gas. Yo, Rob. Dude. The Prime sub. You are amazing. I unfortunately do not apparently have a Prime sub alert because, spoilers, I don't get a lot of subscribers. I used to be a speedrunner. I haven't done that in a really long time. I'm gonna have to fix that. I really, really appreciate you, dude. You're awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Do have that gateway going down, as I mentioned before. Oh, wow. Okay, there's the sub alert, like 20 bajillion seconds later. That was so delayed. I was wondering why that wasn't playing. I have no idea why that's so delayed. But look at this. I have never in my life seen this before. A very, very delayed cannon rush. And a nice job drilling these drones over here. Can we get... I don't think we're going to get this probe, unfortunately. But this drone is going to get some damage down onto this cannon. It will eventually finish, but we're going to get this probe, and then once we kill the probe, we'll get the ling onto the cannon. And now this weird attempt at a third base cannon rush is going to get completely stuffed. Another photon cannon going down here at home for Escalade. Second gateway going down. We do have that forge out, of course. Stuff for CPL casters so few this season. Well, yeah, Rob, you are very welcome. Thanks for tuning in. I have had some weird real life stuff going on, but right now I've got a whole bunch of free time, and so I took a look again to see how much of a backlog there was, and I saw that basically nothing has been done for the past 3 weeks. So I was like, well, hey, I like casting. I like Starcraft. Let me go cast some Starcraft. Oh, this is interesting. We've got... I'm surprised you brought that back out. I didn't realize you could perfectly hide that zealot behind the gateway like that. More gateways going down here. Meanwhile, we do have a lair, and we have Spire and Hydralisk Den on the way. Just getting all the lair tech here. No second gas just yet. Still just pumping out drones. These zealots going to move forward. There are some lings here that just kind of got walked by. Maybe could potentially pick off a zealot or two. Nope, okay. These zerglings are going to now back up. They're going to kind of play a game of keep away, like, oh, are you really coming? Are you really coming? Oh, okay. We're going to run home. Still coming? Okay. These zealots are going to walk across the map to this third base location. Hydras are on the way here. And more zealots here as we get into our Stargate. And these Lings and Hydra are going to do their best. This is going to be a bit of a tough fight here. More Hydra are coming up. The Lings are going to come up here and try to wall off the Zealots while the Hydra fire away. And the Hydra coming up the ramp here to assist should be able to clear these out. Tanky Zealots can be pretty scary. But now it looks like we do have enough Hydra to push these back. +1 and speed are still... legs are a long, long way away. So for now, these Hydra, especially once Hydra speed finishes, are going to be able to deal nicely with these Zealots. Overload speed on the way, Evolution Chamber on the way, likely for that +1 ranged attack. Now, Probe hanging out here at 12 o'clock, looking to secure a third base. For Corsair on the way. Citadel is now done, so I imagine we'll see Zealot Lake started up here momentarily. Couple of macro hatches on the way here. Collision chamber is done. I have to imagine we'll see that +1 ranged here. Started up soon. There it is. Zealot out on the map here are going to get intercepted by these Hydra, just kind of maintaining some vision. Probably going to go poke at this third base, or maybe come up here to see if there's a hidden fourth. This Corsair eventually is going to come in here and maybe try to harass these overlords and get a look at the tech. And these zealots are just going to walk in here. There is a sunken colony about to finish. Hydra's now rallying up here from all angles will be more than enough to defeat these zealots. +1 almost done. The leg's halfway done. Goon range on the way. And this Corsair is just going to get immediately picked off. And there are no more in production. I assume that Escalade got a look. No, actually, I don't think that Corsair did much of anything in terms of scouting. I think that Corsair literally just attacked that one Overlord a few times. Cannon's going up here for an eventual third base. Hydra range is done, so we can start harassing this wall. So now, Adam Palkovich is going to just post up here outside of Escalade's natural. He will have map control for a while. This +1 armor kind of... I think Escalade should probably just cancel this, as there are more than enough Hydralists here to kill off this forge. We are going to have the Zealots that were up here at this 12 o'clock. They're going to come down and reinforce this position for a little bit, but again, the forge just goes down. Goons come up to cover, but I mean, there are plenty of cannons here. These Hydra are not going to be taking down all these cannons. They could take down this gateway. More units here in production. We do have a Dark Templar on the way, but there are Overlords here to help spot for that, so we should be totally fine. Forge being remade. Nexus going down up here, and a drone coming up here for a fourth base for Adam. Opting to take the natural first. It looks like we are maybe going to send this drone up to take the main as well. Oh, I'm just going to throw a macro hatch down for a little bit of Sim City. Got Ling Lurker Hydra out. Looks like that +1 range just finished. +2 now on the way. And do we have, I'm not sure if this archive's just finished or not. I want to say this just finished, so we shouldn't have Storm just yet. No Storm, and no Templar yet. So it could be a little bit tough for Escalade to deal with any potential... I mean, like, there's no Robo. Oh, wait, no. Wait, where's the Robo? Oh, there's a Robo. Okay. So there's no Robo. There's a Robo, but no observatory. So these could prove to be really annoying if they were just posted up, like, right out here. Like, this contain would be... It would be a little bit before Escalade would be able to break out of that. But this base is secure. We do just need to transfer some probes over here. This base looking pretty secure for Adam Palkovich. Bringing up some lurkers just to make sure that we have some defense over there. And plenty of cannons going up to make sure that this base stays defended. Lurkers gonna walk up here. These lurkers are just gonna die immediately. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm not sure where those lurkers were trying to go, but they would have been much better served just hanging out back at the 4th base. We do have some High Templar out. I still don't see Psystorm being researched, so I guess we already have it. I apologize for missing that on the production tab. A move out here to the center of the map for Escalade does have decently sized army. Little battle probe here. Adam Palkovich again moving units up into high ground turrets or high ground photon cannons. That it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. What is... Oh, they're attacking lurker eggs. I was like, what am I hearing? So those are going to get distracted by the lurker eggs while these units are going to come up here and discover this base for Adam Palkovich, which again, if those lurkers over here just hadn't been suicided, they would be here to help out with the defense. All the zealots would already be dead. Unfortunately, right now, we're just trying to hatch desperation lurkers right over here on this ramp. They are going to get stormed as soon as these High Templar have the energy to do so. This first hatch going down, the second hatch going down, these Hydra are going to come up here, and once these burrow, we should be able to eventually clean up these forces from Escalade, I think. If we pull this down from the high ground and move it up here, but again, really unfortunate as, again, if those lurkers that had just walked over here had just burrowed here, I mean, all of this just has to back up immediately. There's no observer with this. In fact, I mean, there's really not much in the way of observers at all. Like, Escalade would not have been able to attack here at all if those lurkers had already been in place, so it's a little bit unfortunate. We do have a couple of observers out now. Queen's Nest on the way, so we could be going up into Hive Tech here, getting those cracklings out. Overlord's sight range. You don't see this very often. I often wonder myself if it's worth it to grab it just so you can maybe get like an observer that would be just out of your vision. Probably not, but I don't know. I mean, I'm tier 3. I'm floating money anyway, right? A little bit of a push out here from Escalade, who is sitting on 1-1 upgrades. 2-0 with 1-1 carapace on the way for Adam. So good job to Adam on the upgrades. Our Hydralisks and our Lurkers are going to do pretty formidable amounts of damage here. And Escalade here pushing into the 4th base of Adam Palkovich. We do have some Hydras and some Lurkers set up here. I believe these are the only 2 observers on the map. This one gonna get, just barely not getting pushed out by the Spore Colony. Just barely survives. So we will be able to eventually clean up all of these Lurkers. A sneak expansion going down here in the bottom right corner, deciding to just abandon the space. We are going to throw down some creep colonies here just to take up a little bit more time, but this base will eventually go down. It's a little bit of a light lurker wall here, preventing this base from being taken if Escalade wanted to do so. I don't think he's been up there. No, he hasn't been up there at all. So we'll send some Hydra down here to get some lurker action defending this new base. We do really need to get a 4th gas here for Adam Palkovich, as that Hive has been started. So we're going to need a lot of gas for those Defilers and or Ultralisks. And here comes Escalade now with a chance to potentially close out the series. He's got a pretty large army here with a pretty good mix of Zealot, Dragoon, and Templar. Plenty of storms available. And that's going to do it. Adam Palkovich is going to take one look at that army and say there's no way that I can fight that. He will tap out, and Escalade will take that first series 2-1. So GG's him. Yo, what's up, Gallons? How are you, my dude? Tuning in. I appreciate it. What up? Yeah, that was first series of the day in the books. And the next series we're going to go into is going to be Reaper versus a Titus King. We're bored up. And once again, these people... Oh, wait. Nope. Oh, there we go. Oh, we got another Z. Vader. Let's go ahead and... Up. Alright, guys. Reaper versus Titus King on Invader. Let's go. Yeah. Alrighty, in the upper left-hand corner. Oops, what is happening here? Representing... Thank you very much. It is a Titus King. And down here in the lower right-hand corner, representing the Uncoachables, it is Reaper. Some more PvZ action. Yes, that is correct. The next map is Neo Dark Origin. So, in the last series with Escalade, we saw 2-gate opening. And the response from Adam Palkovich was a 3-hatch Spire play. Which Escalade did eventually end up taking that game. So we'll have to we'll have to see how these two players decide to tackle the problem that is Invader. It can be a little bit... Invader can be a little bit of a tough map. Just because you do have this extra ramp to defend. It is a very thin ramp, but it is an extra ramp. I had Worst in my chat yesterday. I was wondering whether or not you might see 1 or 2 gate openings here. And it was explained to me that they can be harder to defend because, again, it's harder to just keep your ramp completely defended from Zerglings. But we'll just have to see what Reaper and Titus King decide to do. It does look like we went for an overpool here. And we are going to have a Forge expand. Or at least we have a Forge here. I'm surprised we're not doing it here. The second time I've seen this in base. But these people play Protoss and I don't, so we'll just have to see where things go from here. PA Adam94, hey, what's up, man? Appreciate you tuning in. Oh, Gallons, I owe you a dab from yesterday. I saw the redemption. I didn't forget. I'll do that after this. I'll do that after this match when I pull my camera back up. I do owe you a dab. I did not forget. We will get that in there. Believe me. Alrighty. So, here's that gas being taken. Ling's coming out here. Pool is done. +1 started here. And we're just going to stay on one base. We've got this gas. We've mined just enough gas for +1, and it looks like another gateway is going to go down. This is interesting. +1 off of 1 base. I have no idea what this build is. +1, 2 gates off 1 base. Okay. Sure. Meanwhile, here we have the third hatch being thrown down at the natural. A bunch of lings here. Most likely going to deny this rescout. Probes can be a little bit slippery sometimes. We are just going to drone up here. Couple lings here running across the map for Reaper. I think I'm getting these names mixed up. This is Titus King. This is Reaper. I think I mixed these names up because the colors are kind of similar. So Reaper's gonna have a couple of lings just hanging out here. This ling is gonna, I don't know if this probe is maybe thinking about making a nexus or something. But these two zealots are gonna come out. +1 is almost done, so they will trade pretty well with any zerglings that come up to harass this eventual expansion. And just in case those zealots come across the map, we're just going to get a sunken colony down and an Evo chamber for some Sim City. We do have this Hydraless Den with Hydra speed on the way. Yeah, this is it's not something you see very often, for sure. I feel like this is definitely not something you see very often. But, you know, it's a strategy. You know, he's got the money for the Nexus. Nexus is going to go down here. And we're going to get our expansion up. +1 ranged attack on the way here for Reaper. And yeah, we're just going to start getting our tech out, getting our drone counts up, getting our probe counts up. We're going to poke out here with these zealots. Things just going to kind of dance around as the zealots and the lings going to kind of dance around each other. This is a lot of zealots, but with this sunken colony and this SimCity setup, it should be fine. I have to imagine that as soon as Titus King sees this sunken colony, he's going to want to back up. Although he does have the +1, so he is going to trade a lot better as a result. In fact, okay, I thought this was going to be a decent setup here, but we're going to need to drill some drones because this, this sunken colony is going to die, and I think that might be the end of the game. As there are 6 lings in production and nothing else. And these lings are not going to trade well against these +1 zealots. The drone's doing the best that they possibly can. And in fact, Titus King is going to get pushed back, although more zealots are rallying up here. And we're going to get a creep colony trying to get another sunken up. These lings are just desperately heaving themselves at these zealots, just trying to keep them away from the drones. And the creep colony will finish, but the sunken will not. As these zealots are just going to continue right-clicking on buildings and deleting them. More zealots just rallying up here from the main base of Titus King. Reaper really struggling to hold off this early zealot aggression. Oh, and unfortunately in all the chaos, these drones have stopped mining. This evolution chamber almost dead, +1 ranged, about to get canceled here. Drones coming up to fight, and the Zerglings are trying as hard as they can. But unfortunately, this honestly is proving to be a little bit of an anti-SimCity here, as the Lings are being forced to fight the Zealots one at a time, and that really just does not work out well, especially when the Zealots already have that +1 upgrade. This Evo Chamber going to go down, and now There is nothing to stop these zealots from just killing these hatcheries. Another desperation creep colony going down. But this is not going to turn into a sunken anytime soon. And, yeah, 14 supply versus 68. We're just kind of waiting for... It's kind of waiting for Reaper to leave the game. I hate to be rude, but that's really all we're waiting for. There is a 0% chance that Reaper wins this game, and there we go. There we go. Now he left. Alright. That'll do it. +1 Zealots walking across the map. Pretty good. Pretty strong. Alright, Gallants, as promised. Oh, there's your dad. Let's update that scoreboard really quick here, as we do need credits. A Titus King with the game 1 win. On Neo Dark Origin. This with go. Bam. Alrighty. Neo Dark Origin, upper left-hand corner, representing the Uncoachables. It is Reaper, and down here represent very much it is a Titus King. With some interesting building placement in game 1, an interesting strategy, +1, just getting that +1 ground weapons as soon as possible, walking zealots across the map and winning the game. We will have to see if that is what happens here as well. There's a variety of different ways that you can play Neo Dark Origin. I like this map for ZVP. I don't know if it necessarily favors Zerg. I think Protoss is kind of tend to not like this map as much. If Zerg can get out to either of these high ground bases, it can be really hard to break lurker contains, or like lurker defenses, in like this spot, and then of course like the corner expansions have that high ground as well. But of course the same is true for Protoss. If you get cannons up there, it can be really annoying to break that as Zerg. Once again, it is going to be an overpool for Reaper at a Forge. Alright. A legitimate Forge fast expand coming out of a Titus King. Here we go. No more silly BGH style base setups here, as this probe is going to come across the map. Ah! Oh, I thought they were going to kiss. The drone said no. The drone said, miss me with that shit, buddy. And this probe's going to come in here and see what's going on in the Zerg base. Going to follow this drone out here to try to get the hatch block down. This drone going to come down to the third base location, and a follow-up drone going to come over here. Now, Titus King thought about going back for a second, but then decided not to, and now that's going to allow Reaper to get his base down. So well done there with the misdirection on the workers. This drone sees the Forge is going to come right back. The cannon's going up. Next is going up. Everything looking pretty standard here so far. Gas going to be taken here off of 2 hatches. And that gateway going to go down. Now we just wait. while our players macro up this third hatch, likely going to location. Oh, this Overlord actually makes it on the other side of... wow. I had like 2 hits left on that thing. No, all we have left to do is to wait and see what the tech choices are going to be. Will a Reaper go for a Lair or a Hydralisk Den? Will he go for speed? Are we going to see another maybe a +1 to weapons? Citadel. We see the Cyber Core, so is it going to be followed up by a Citadel or a Stargate? Could see maybe some fast Zealot legs. Or some standard Corsair play. Hydralisk Den will be the initial tech of choice for Reaper. Does have the money for that speed. Speed is going to start. Titus King wanting to throw down some sort of building here, I'm guessing. Probe getting in here for the rescout. We'll see the Hydralisk Den. It's going to be a Citadel. Okay. I don't know if you normally get Sil and the Stargate at the same time. So I'm not sure if this is going to be... Oh, nope, it's going to be another Gateway. So it looks like we are going to see... fast legs and +1 here. Maybe just a Zealot Rush out of Titus King. It'd be a little bit difficult to deal with. As we do have this 4th hatch going down. Ling chasing the probe around. And a 5th hatch now going down. So 5 hatch Hydra here for Reaper. Zealots being pumped out. There is that leg upgrade. And now really just macroing up on both sides, getting those worker counts up. Evolution Chamber here for Reaper, getting a little bit of that extra down. Oh, 2 Evolution Chambers going down here, along with a Creep Colony. Oh, wait, no. Yes, okay, that was a Creep Colony. Speed is done. Range should be on the way soon, and also a Lair or Reaper. +1, pretty close to finishing up here. Hydra production has started. There's a range and +1 ranged attack. And Templar Archives for Titus King, so we are going to completely skip Corsairs in favor of getting our Gateway tech out that much faster. Legs are done. +1 is just about done, and here we are, moving out on the map with a bunch of Zealots. This is going to catch Reaper a little bit off guard here. This is going to be a pretty tough defense, as there are only 6 Hydra, and the Zealots are going to jump on them immediately, backing up to this 3rd base location. And now, as the Hydra walk up to the natural, just one by one, they're going to get pounced on. 2, 3 Hydra already going down. A few more Hydra are going to hatch, but they're just going to get jumped on immediately by these by these Zealots with legs, and just immediately just slaughtering through all the Hydra, and absolutely no defense here to stop these Zealots from right-clicking down all these drones. And just like that, Reaper is going to leave the game. That is going to be a 2-1 victory, or 2-0 victory for Titus King. it turns out that zealots are pretty strong. Sometimes that's all you need. Take some zealots and right-click them across the map. Alright, let's get in to our third series from this Tier 2 cast. We're going to have Siref versus Finalsk. Vader. Alrighty. Okay. In the top left-hand corner, representing the Uncoachables, we have your Terran player, Siref. And down here in the bottom right corner, we have Final Sky, Protoss player representing Thank You Very Much. So our first TVP cast of the day. I just say, I'm trying to think if I cast any TVPs yesterday. I don't think I did. And being a Zerg player, TVP is the non-mirror matchup I know the least about. We'll be looking for, you know, maybe a Goon range expands, maybe a factory expands. Maybe we'll get Artos's favorite build, 14 Nexus. That'd be pretty spicy. Build for Invader. Have to see. I saw a note from my, I believe it was from my teammate, Sticks. On Wine and Cheese, played Final Sky. Excuse me, I'm stretching. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Sticks played Final Sky in week 10, and said something that along the lines of it being a barn burner of a series. He had posted that in casting requests, I think. I do kind of want to get through some more like week 8 and week 9 stuff, but that's something to look forward to. Sticks has helped me out a lot in my development as a Brood War player. But to potentially see a good series between him and Final Sky. Looking forward to that for sure. Gateway in the main. One base tech here for Final Sky. Looking like a similar situation here out of Siref. Probe going to just be really annoying here. Try to take advantage of this poor SCV who is chained to this barracks till it is complete. Now these SCVs will chase this probe away. The barracks will finish. Factory will start up momentarily. That's Cybernetics core. Get ranged, we'll get some goons, we'll get down here and we'll get a next. Marine going to hold the ramp just in case this probe tried to sneak in for a rescout, but this probe is already back at home to continue mining. Another gate on the way. First goon coming out there is that goon range. There's the factory. SCV is going to come out for Siref. We don't exactly know what Final Sky is up to yet. Second factory coming down here for Siref before any expansion. So it looks like some early aggression going to come out here. Maybe we get a machine shop here for a fast siege tank. I'm not exactly sure where a 2-factory opening goes. So here's the machine shop. So is it going to be like a fast siege tank? Are we going to get like fast mines? Very curious to see what this is going to be. With this layout here from Siref, or sorry, from Final Sky, would be a little bit worried about the potential for some speed vultures come in here and just start chewing up probes. And Final Sky is going to come up here. He's going to see there is no expansion yet. And we're going to get a second machine shop. So we do have a siege tank on the way. And I'm curious if we are going to try to get siege mode as well and maybe just do like a tank marine push. More Zealot goons in production. Robo going down for Final Sky, and his goons are just going to keep an eye on the front here. All right, looks like Marine tank. On one base is going to be the opening here for Seraph. Goons just rallying up here. Again, keeping an eye on the natural of Seraph. We are getting speed and mines at the same time. So we will be following up these tanks with some vulture production. Is that what this is? I have no idea what this build is. I've never seen this build in my life, but then again, I don't know anything about TVP, so... This honestly, though, looks like it can just run over what Final Sky has, so I'm kind of curious what's going to happen. He's got this barracks out here he's going to float because he doesn't know what's actually down here right now. More units being rallied up here. We do have a... Wow. One base shuttle reaver coming out of Final Sky here. And now we do have the first move out from Seraph. Vulture production starting now. We've got 5 tanks. What is this, like 6 Marines? This is a pretty sizable army here from Seraph. Speed and mines are done. And siege mode now on the way. Now, completely missing these goons. No, he actually is going to turn around. You do remember those goons were there. The tanks are going to jump on the goons. The goons are going to try to jump on the tanks. There were enough goons to potentially two-shot these tanks, but unfortunately not a single tank goes down. Some pretty decent micro here out of Seraph. Completely crushing this army that was out here from Final Sky. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not exactly sure how Final Sky is going to hold his ramp. No expansion here, as Seraph is going to see, and siege mode is almost done. Now this Reaver is going to help hold this ramp for now, but as soon, like, siege mode is done, and we've got 4 or 5 siege tanks up here now. The shuttle was thinking about going across the ramp to potentially do some harass. But this Reaver needs to stay at home and needs to try to defend here. Now it is the only thing left between Final Sky's units and the main base, the main nexus here. This pylon's going to go down. These Marines, not quite sure exactly what they want to do, but now the tanks are going to unsiege and move forward here. More vultures being rallied down from the main base of Seraph. And now these tanks are going to siege up, and they are just going to rain fire down on all of the infrastructure of Final Sky. In fact, already in range of these probes here. This tank is going to move forward. We've got some slow zealots that are just going to walk forward to their deaths. We've got a couple of Reavers out here that unfortunately are going to get... This one unsieged tank going to go ahead and take care of that. The other one going to get melted down as well. And GG is going to be called. The 2-factory push a little bit too strong coming out of Seraph. And Final Sky couldn't quite deal with it. So well played. Quick game there on Invader. So we will move along to do on Dark Origin. Let's go ahead and credit Seraph in. Alrighty. These series flip. One up on game 2 up on the screen. Alrighty. In the upper left-hand corner, representing... Wait, hold on. Let me check the scoreboard. Representing, thank you very much, it is Final Sky. And down here in the bottom right corner, representing the Uncoachables, it is Suref. Suref with a well-executed 2-factory push. Catching Final Sky with a low unit count, trying to rush for that Shuttle Reaver. Not quite work out in his favor. We'll have to see what the openings of choice are here. Again, week 8 featuring a lot of 2-player maps early on. So if you are a player that favors rushes and aggression, you will know where your opponent is at the very beginning of the game. Speaking of knowing where your opponent is, this probe, with some cheeky plans here, as looks like we're going to have at least one proxy gateway, potentially 2. Just getting right up here, throwing down the pylon in the back of Suref's base. This could be a real fast one here, folks. One gateway gonna go down. This probe looks like it's pretty much, yep, we're going to get the second gateway here. And we're just going to make some zealots and right-click them into the base. That's the theme of the day so far. We've had... This is our 3rd series featuring a Protoss. And it may be our 3rd series featuring some zealots right-clicking down units and buildings. So we are going to have a factory expand here for Suref, but unfortunately... I mean, here comes the first zealot. Is in production. I want to say there's going to be a Marine here by the time that zealot makes and actually gets into the base. So we are really going to have to see how good Suref can try to kite this out. It's tough for anyone. It's going to be a demanding task here for Suref. As, in fact, this Marine does come out, is going to go up here. But now, here comes the probe, and here comes the first zealot. So now Suref getting the first look at this attempted rush. Pylon here going down. SCVs being pulled. This Marine needs to back up. Already taken 2 hits. Can't afford to take another, or that Marine will die. There are 2 Marines down out here now. Firing down on this probe. The probe will die, so this Pylon here isn't going to do much. I don't know if he had any other plans for this besides trying to draw the fire away from the Marines. This SCV desperately trying to get this factory finished. If you can get it finished, you can get a Vulture out. That Vulture's going to help out a lot. More Marines in production here. We do have 3 Marines out, and 1 Marine is going to go down. These Zealots trying desperately to get rid of the rest of these Marines. 1 more goes down. Only 1 more left. Only has 1 hit left. The factory does finish. We do have a Vulture in production, but unfortunately, with no Marines left, the ref is going to tap out. And the proxied gateways, the back of the base on Neo Dark Origin, is going to prove to be the winning strategy here for Final Sky, who will take it 2-0. Or, I'm sorry, wait. No, I'm sorry. It's 1-1. We're going to retro. Please let me quickly correct myself. Alrighty. The ref, Final Sky, game number 3. On your... Alrighty. And we do have retro here in the upper right hand corner representing the Uncoachables. We do have Suref. And down here in the bottom right corner representing Too Much, we do have Final Sky. Very, very cheeky proxy 2-gate play, taking advantage of the unique design of Neo Dark Origin. So do double barracks. I mean, you could. We could see 2 barracks in the center of the map. It could work. We've seen it before. Yep. Barracks to fly, it does work on occasion. A little bit tougher on a 4-player map. But it just depends on how hard you want to commit to your cheese. Close. My voice cracks here, going through puberty again. Close spawns here for both of our players once again. I don't know how the rush distances on this map. If you're in close spawns, I don't know how they compare to like Invader and Euro Dark Origin, but regardless, if one player scouts the other first, we have been favoring a lot of one base aggression up to this point. This gas is going to signal one base attack again from Seraph, while of course we are going to have that quick factory out of... Sorry. Grab some tech out of Final Sky, and we're going to have that quick factory here out of Seraph. So whether it's going to be maybe just a factory expand or maybe another 2-factory push like we saw in Invader, only time will tell. Well... Final Sky scouts out his opponent. I just want to take a moment to say thank you guys so much for hanging out, for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. I am very much enjoying getting back into Brood War, being more active in the scene, doing some casts, playing some games. It's been a lot of fun. And I'm glad to find a community that also finds this fun to watch and cast and hang out and just a lot of fun. So here we go. This probe here, doing the double scout. We will find Seraph in the corner. Seraph not scouting just yet, but will have the Marine up here to... Well, okay. Final Sky could have actually gotten in the base, but decided to turn around and just loses the probe for free. It's a little unfortunate. The core is down. Going for... Oh, are we going for DTs? Is this going to be one base DT play? Oh, boy. Bunker going down here. And a 1-1-1 out of Seraph. All the one base tech this... I'm curious what exactly we're going to see out of Seraph, what the starport's going to be for. Going to be for just a Wraith, maybe dropship play of some sort. I'm guessing we're going to see a Templar Archives here thrown down by Final Sky in a moment. And there's that control tower going down. That does suggest, like I said, either a dropship or maybe a cloaked Wraith. It is going to be a dropship. So we've got this bunker here. We've got plenty of Marines in the tank for defense, and I guess we're going to go for a... Yeah, it looks like we're going to go for a Vulture drop. Maybe throw some Marines in there as well. Here is the Templar Archives. If DTs are on the menu, should be seeing them queued up. Yep, there we go. There is one DT. There is two DTs. DT Rush is going to be the name of the game here. They're like going to come up here and poke in. No, okay. I thought he was going to poke in. He's going to see the bunker. He does see the bunker. He's going to see this tank. He's going to back up. Going to come forward, and we are going to have a Wraith follow-up here. Don't think anything's been loaded into the dropship just yet. It is going to move out across the map. And in fact, Okay, this zone's going to get taken out, and then these armies are going to kind of run into each other. A lot of free shots going down on this Dragoon. All the shields are gone. A lot of hull damage being taken already. As now, we can just elevate our units up, but there is no detection here for Seraph. And there are 2 Dark Templar out on the map, and those Dark Templar are going to pretty much... they're going to kill all of these Marines. In fact, they can kill all of this and Seraph. Or Seraph is just going to tap out, as Invisible Men are pretty good. Almost as good as Zealots. Right-clicking down all your buildings. That is how that series is going to end. Final Sky is going to take that 2-0. Bringing home the win for Thank You Very Much in Week 8. And now we are going to pull up our last series in the our last Tier 2 series. Going to be Mills versus here. Let's get up. Alright, guys. We got ourselves some wonderful ZVZ action to close out the day. Starting off here on Invader. This is going to be very exciting here to see what these Tier 2 players decide to open up with. Are either of them confident enough in their Munimicro to go 1 base layer, or are we going to maybe try some 2-hatch Zergling play? Even see some Hydras. I know that's something that Bad Bro has been experimenting with in the ZVZ matchup, trying to make Hydra builds work. Be a little bit tough, but if you're not confident in your Munimicro, that can be one way to go. Looks like we're going to have a 9-hatch here from Tachometer and Overpool here. Or sorry, 9-pool, not 9-hatch. Maybe we'll see 9-hatch. We are in fact going to see 9-hatch out of Tachometer. Alrighty then. I did not know that 9-hatch was a thing. This is gonna be pretty wild here. I wonder if are we gonna see 9-hatch 9-pool? Oh, Overpull here from T Mills. And now, seeing that Overlord before the pool. This is a very spicy, and if I was like really, really greedy, I don't know if this is like considered tease or what. Never seen this. Pool now going down. We are going to have... I mean, this is getting the larva advantage as quickly as humanly possible for Tachometer, and we are going to have that hatch thrown down at the natural expansion. So both players going to eschew getting gas for the time being and just get a lot of Zerglings out. 3 pairs of Zerglings in production here. Or T-Mills, we'll have to see if he just decides to send them across the map, or what he decides to do. Now they're both taking their gas. Would like to likely get to that Zergling speed as soon as they can. Things moving out. A lot of Zerglings in production here for Tachometer, with this hatchery already paying off. Once these hatch, he will have a significant Ling advantage. Oh, and unfortunately losing that first initial trade here is T-Mills, and now the reinforcing Zerglings are going to come out here. Zergling speed started up for T-Mills. And that second Overlord on the way. Sorry, third Overlord on the way. But now, here is Tachometer just flooding Lings across the map. 12 Lings. None in production just yet, but I'm sure with all the larvae he has, he will have some more in production soon. Bit of a supply block here is going for that lair. And now the Lings being made back at home for T-Mills going up against the Lings that came across the map from Tachometer. Looks like T-Mills will hold on to this Nat. Bit of dancing going on back and forth here, but now that this natural hatchery has finished, there are equal on available larvae. Tachometer does need to back up. No more gas mining here out of T-Mills. He's going to stick to Speedling play. That speed has finished. Speed almost done here for Tachometer. It would have been nice to see T-Mills actually kind of take advantage of this, as Speedlings just absolutely dominate Slowlings. Maybe could have taken a little bit of an advantage and gone up here and maybe tried to go into the main. Although that said, right now, all T-Mills has to do is... I mean, T-Mills needs to wait for Tachometer to attack. All he has to do is defend this expansion. In fact, if he got maybe a couple of creeps up here... would be pretty safe, although now it is a Hydralisk den out of T-Mills and a Spire out of Tachometer with a creep colony going down. So we'll have to see if... I mean, this is going to be a little bit tough, I think, for Tachometer, as he's put himself on a bit of a clock. Because if this gas goes up, it's going to be a little bit hard for Tachometer to potentially take out all the Hydra that Mills can make when he has these extra bases up and mining. Plenty of drones on both sides. Fire almost done. No Hydra in production just yet for T-Mills. But really, it's just going to come down to how much T-Mills, how confident T-Mills is in his Muta Micro. Muta control. We do have that +1 air on the way, and a Queen's Nest signaling a potential quick hive transition. Three Mutalisks in production. Might be a little bit tough for them to get anything done here, as we do have spore colonies going up in the mineral lines of T-Mills. Plenty of Zerglings here, keeping an eye on things. Zerglings on both sides. And yeah, going for that extremely fast hive. I'm curious what this is gonna... this is kind of signaling Guardians to me, I guess, is what we're looking at here. And if that's the case, T-Mills is going to be in a bit of trouble here if he just sits back and macros. Because there's actually some pretty abusable terrain here for the... if you're going to do Guardian play, like if you were to come in from this side... come around here, you can take advantage of all of these ramps, all this high ground. It can be kind of nasty to try to actually shoot down Guardians with Goliath, or with Wraiths. Now, I'm making a guess here, as I don't actually know what Tachometer is planning. But if you're going to commit to +1 and a lair this fast, or a hive this fast, I'm guessing Greater Spire is the play. Now we're going to come up here, we're going to see these Hydra. Gonna go maybe try to target down this Overlord. Gonna fly over, gonna see the Spore. There's another Spore going up here to protect the gas. And now Tachometer is just gonna back up. And there it is. There is that Greater Spire. We'll be seeing some Guardians. Puzaz 8596. Thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for tuning in. And so yeah, we're gonna get that +1 weapons attack from T Mills, who is now moving across the map with his Zerglings, and expansion going down for Tachometer. That +1 air. Wait, did Tachometer cancel his +1 to get his Greater Spire? I think that's what happened. I think that +1 attack should be done. I am not sure what happened there to the +1 attack. He did start it. I'm not sure. Maybe he didn't mean to? Huh. That's really unfortunate if that's the case. Looks like Hydra Speed and Range are done. +1 attack is on the way. They are going to move up here towards the natural of Tachometer. There's, honestly, I think there are more than enough Mutalisks here to try to focus this all down, but he does need to bring them together. And really, they needed to fight with the Lings, but now the Lings are just going to get on top of the drones. And this game is over. That's really unfortunate. These Hydralisks are just going to come up here, and yeah, everything's going to die. We are going to have the Guardians morphing, but they're going to morph way too late to be of any use to Tachometer here. These Guardian cocoons are going... All the Guardians are going to get targeted down. And that's going to do it for game number 1. Hydras versus extremely fast lair. Turns out when you rush your tech up that quickly, and don't take into account that your opponent could just walk across the map, you tend to die really quickly. But unfortunate. It's bold. I like the quick hive play. It would have been nice to see that move across the map, but Mills decided he was having none of that. Scoreboard updated, and we're on Neotone Origin. Alright. Awning in the upper left, representing Thank You Very Much. Currently... Sorry. In the top... yeah, in the top left, representing Thank You Very Much. Down 01, it is Tachometer. And down here in the lower right, representing the Uncoachables with that 1-0 lead. Looking to close out the series, it is Mills. Some very interesting tech choices from both of our players. Again, T-Mills going for that Hydra play off of the Overpool and Fast Expansion, whereas Tachometer went for the 9-hatch, and then got some Mutalisks out, was trying to get that quick Greater Spire out. Unfortunately, was not able to get enough units in time. We'll have to see if things change here in-game. Like a very early hatch here. Once again, is this a 9-hatch again? Yeah, this is crazy. I've never seen this in my life. 9-hatch into gas? Oh, sorry, he's getting extractor trick. Okay. And then we're gonna get our first... I mean, he could get his Overlord now. He gonna... Is it 9-hatch extractor pool? Huh. Okay. Very interesting. dropping frame? That's weird. It just said I reconnected to my chat. I hope my Twitch stream is okay. Down here, it is going to be, it looks like another overpool and a quick expand. Now that pool and that gas are going to go down, favoring that quick hatchery again, but this time making it on location at the natural expand. Lings in production here. I'm going to go ahead and move across the map. T-Mills Overlord will see this. Got his own Lings ready to defend. Tachometer here with the slightly faster Ling speed and just making a lot of Lings. A lot of Lings here. Actually getting slightly ahead of T-Mills here, who is going for a faster lair. Devoting some of his gas and minerals to that instead. And now, it looks like Tachometer might come out a little bit. Nope, right now they're just trading Lings. Both of them do have 2 hatches. And this is looking kind of like a flip of Game 1, where in Game 1, Tachometer went for the fast layer, but now T-Mills is going for it. However, Tachometer, with the early Ling aggression, is going to get himself a drone kill, and there are no Lings left here for T-Mills to defend his expansion or even his main. Desperately trying to get more Lings here in production, but unfortunately getting the perfect surround here is Tachometer, and now there are 2 Speedlings just loose in the main. They could start going crazy on these drones. We have seen 1 drone kill in the natural already. More Lings being rallied up here. Ling production on both sides and absolutely nothing else. Going to go ahead and pressure this natural hatchery, and now going for the Lings that are coming out of T-Mills. This hatchery looks like it is going to go down, and along with it is this game. As there are some Lings in production here, but all the drones are going to die. These Lings are going to die as soon as they hatch, and just like that, T-Mills is going. So, DBZ, folks. Sometimes you just, run Lings across the map, and then you... We may... Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go to number 3 on Retro. Make it a bit of a longer game. Alright, guys. Final game of our Tier 2 cast. Emails for Tachometer, Game 3 on Retro. Coming your way. Just like our last series on Retro, we got close positions right side here. Upper right-hand corner, T-Mills. Take this one home for the Uncoachables. Tachometer bringing it back for the rubber match. Take this one home for thank you very much. Are going to reverse scout here, sending both of our overlords to the left, so it's going to be a while before we see each other's bases. That down to that second overlord to reveal the location and tech choice. Tachometer so far has really been favoring this extremely fast hatchery. Curious to see if he's going to continue to do that. 9 pool here out of T-Mills, so yet another different opening. So we had seen overpool And yes, it is going to be that 9 hatch once again. T-Mill's going for the extractor trick. Get that extra drone out before starting his Overlord. And I believe if this is like last time... Oh, hey, Final Sky. What's up? Yeah, I did cast your game earlier. Your week 8 game versus Seraph, because I decided to start with tier 2, and then I'll be doing tier 1 after this. I'm gonna take a break because I need to eat something and to rest my voice a little bit, but yeah, Final Sky, those are some crazy games, man. The DT Rush on Retro and the Proxy 2 gate on Neo Dark Origin. Spicy play. I also heard you had a good... don't spoil it. Please don't spoil it, because I want to cast it later. But I heard from Styx that you had a good series against him in Week 10. So I'm looking forward to casting that as well, if no one else claims it first. Ling's running across the map here, as again, we did go for that 9 pool. Opening from T Mills, and is actually just going to... did he drone scout? I'm like not paying attention here. We actually saw a drone scout in a ZVZ, and this 9 pool is going to get Zerglings on top of this hatchery really quickly here. There are some Lings hatching for Tachometer, but this could get a little bit tricky here, as this hatchery is honestly, I think even if these Lings hatch it and start focusing down the Lings of T Mills, I don't think he's going to be able to save this hatchery. It's going down really quickly, and it is going to die, and it looks like, unfortunately, this is going to be one of those classic build order ZVZ losses. We do have the Sunken Colony here, so I don't think that Tachometer is going to die immediately, but I mean, T Mills has a second hatchery and Tachometer doesn't. So I don't know exactly what Tachometer could hope for here. I mean, you might as well, I guess you might as well throw down another hatchery. And try to pull it back with a Ling Flood or something like that. You're not doing anything with these. And T-Mills kind of knows that really all that Tachometer has from here is a Ling all-in. Okay. I guess he's going to pivot to a lair? But now, I mean, okay. With all of Tachometer's Lings dying, there are some Lings being rallied up here, but they're just going to get immediately stopped by this this Sunken Colony. And honestly, like, these Lings can just end the game. We do have, and in fact, we have drone production coming out from Tachometer. There's only 2 Lings on the map. I don't care how good your drilling is. It's looking like a pretty done and dead game. More spore colonies, another creep colony, Sunken Colony, and a hatchery going up here for Tachometer, trying to create... Oh, he is actually drilling as best as he can here. Just, he is going to save this Sunken Colony for now. A few more Lings coming down here, maybe not wanting to commit onto this Sunken Colony just yet. No extra tech on the way yet for T Mills, really just committing to the Speedling play. Spire now going up for Tachometer. And now the position for tachometer is actually stabilized a little bit. The sunken colonies and the drilling helping out to get this spire out. Another hatchery going down, as well as an evolution chamber. T-Mill's going to try to capitalize on the larva advantage and also the mining advantage. Does need to get some spore colonies up, as we will have a few muta out here in short order. Hey, I just got some good news. Been using an old smartphone because the one that I had, the power button stopped working. I've had a workaround for a while now, but it got to the point where I really just needed to go get it fixed. And I just got a text that the part that was needed was found and installed, and now I can go pick my old phone up again. Hooray! So I'll do that following the tier 1 cast. I'll take a little bit of a break here after this game, and then get to tier 1, and then go pick up my phone, which just got fixed. This spore colony is going to kill tachometer's overlord that was sitting there, and temporarily supply block him. So a few overlords now in production. Mutalisks are out. We do have those spore colonies already on the way here. And a Hydralisk Den in production once again. That was the tech of choice for T-Mills in the last game. Not as confident in his Mutalisk Micro. And now Tachometer is going to fly these Muta across the map. He's really not going to find much. This whole mineral line's pretty much protected. Maybe you could come in from here and pick off a few drones, maybe, but these Hydra are gonna just basically deny that. And the two spore colonies up here have this all pretty much perfectly protected. So it's going to be a little bit tough here for Tachometer to find any damage as T-Mills continues to have the mining and droning advantage. Or, yeah. Mining advantage, gas advantage, drone advantage, every advantage. Like we are getting that Hydralisk range upgrade. We could potentially even start that +1 out of the evolution chamber. For now, though, we are going to just build up that Hydralisk count. Well, oh yeah, one thing that Mutas could do, as it looks like, Tachometer once again going to go for this Hive and potentially go for this Guardian play. That seems to be what he likes to do in this position. Waiting for this Greater Spire. There it is. But unfortunately, it looks like this is going to play out exactly like what happened in Game 1. Where these Hydralisks are going to walk across the map. The range upgrade is done, and there's really not much that Tachometer is going to be able to do here. He just doesn't have enough stuff. He's gonna build sunken colonies really out of desperation, but yeah, we're just gonna rally down more Hydras being made. These overlords are going to start getting sniped, so Tachometer is going to get supply blocked here in relatively short order. I've never actually seen Hydras shoot sunken colonies before, but it turns out they go down pretty darn fast, just like cannons do. And this game and this series are going to be over momentarily. Really not much else to say here. This Greater Spire is not going to finish. All the sunken colonies are going to go down. All the drones are going to die. They're trying to drill. It's just not going to happen. And this is now just a matter of waiting until Tachometer decides he's had enough. Hidden hatchery going down over here. I actually missed that. But that is going to do it for Tachometer. That is going to do it for this series. Mills taking home the victory for the Uncoachables with the Hydra play. Good job defending and making that happen. Alright, guys. I'm going to get into the Tier 1 cast from this week also, but I need to take a break. I need to rest my voice. But yeah, I'll be back. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back in like 5-10 minutes. I'm going to make myself like a sandwich real quick, drink some water. We'll be back with Tier 1. Go anywhere.